guys, a very warm welcome back to Motorhoming Adventures. So we're on our way from Camping Plitvice in the National Park there to Camping Belvedere, just outside of Split, where we're going to be staying for 12 days. So we're really looking forward to that. I think there's a little bit of rain predicted, but still pretty warm for this time of year, sort of coming up towards the end of September. But it's pretty warm. I think it's saying about 22 degrees there.
Yeah, to start with, yeah, when it's raining, and then I think we're going back up to 24, 25 towards end of September, beginning of October. So lovely temperatures, really. I'm very much looking forward to a bit of a break.
Yeah, and of course when we arrive at the site, we'll show you around.
Oh yes.
And we're stopped off en route. Big expanses of open country, and then quite regularly you get these little cheese and honey stops. Local cheese, local honey, so we're going to have to buy a little bit to give it a try. Doesn't that look yummy?
The potatoes look as well.
And look at this. Some
Wow.
smoked cheese and
I think this is
some
herbs.
more. Look at that.
Herbs.
Herby cheese, smoked cheese,
And honey to keep the
all
pops
grown.
away. Thank you.
All grown in this lovely little farm. Fantastic.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Looking forward to trying that. And some spuds as well. Very nice too. Well, about an hour out from our campsite, west of Split, and look at that, what a lovely stop. Couldn't resist pulling into the lay-by. Give you a quick sight of that. We've come through miles and miles of this sort of open, very sort of, not hostile, but hostile to agriculture, boulder-strewn land. It's incredible scenery. And now for the first time there's a little bit of cultivation and stuff of the area. But when we were up in the hills there, dropping down from the national park, it's been real boulder-strewn, barren, and lots of nothing but beautiful countryside. Lots of abandoned houses in the country as well, probably remnants from the war. Lots of them shell damaged, bullet damaged. Extraordinary, beautiful country. That's obviously taken years, I guess, to get back on its feet. See the fire station right down there in the dip. But this is the first sort of civilization we've seen for probably 40-50 miles. Apart from tiny little villages and hamlets. Goes actually right back to the 15th century, which I guess is probably what these bits up here are about. Up on top of the hill, great view of any incoming threats. The whole town, or the vast majority of the town, was flattened between 91 and 95 during the war, and they've rebuilt it again. Incredible. The resilience of local people.
Little truck in front of us carrying grapes from the side of the road.
Charging along, yeah.
Yeah.
Not going to get in his way, he's going to be making the wine.
What a great little vehicle. To Camping Belvedere.
Hurrah!
Hurrah! Down on the Adriatic in Croatia, and it's 23 degrees. We like that.
We do.
We
Like
do.
That.
So
we
we're
do.
just looking for the reception straight on, it says.
Reception straight on.
Yeah. Looks like quite a secure campsite, lots of fencing around.
Wasn't that a lovely drive in? That
Oh.
blue water.
It was
talk about
just.
turquoise.
It was, yeah, incredible. What a stunning country this is. Ah, here we go, it's reception.
Check in, there we go. That's what we like.
That's what we like to see.
Big sign. Oh, look at that garden.
Yeah, it's pretty, isn't it?
Very pretty.
Colourful.
So this was that amazing reception area. Little electric truck that goes around the site. And have a look at this in here. This is absolutely fantastic. Caravan and Motorhome Club could learn a bit from this. It's absolutely fantastic. What a reception area. Little shoppy thing with some local bits and bobs. Teas and coffees. But yeah, just the reception block. This is very, very nice indeed. 5 or 6 stations to book in at, which were all very busy and very quick to look after you. So that's the reception area. Let's take you down, show you a bit more of the of Camping Belvedere. Sometimes, incidentally, it will come up as Amadria, because that's like a parent company that own a couple of 3 sites. So I guess they're gradually perhaps try and rebrand it to Amadria, but Camping Belvedere it is for the moment, or still known as locally at the moment. But if you see both those names, that's what it's about. One of the same place. They do run a lot of adventures from here, be it, as you see, sea kayaking. You can do tours, 3 island tours, or you can do 5 island tours. Kuna wise, they're going to actually Euros in January, but it's around about 8 kuna to a GB pound, to give you an idea of those prices you're seeing. Trip to Dubrovnik, Plitvice Lakes, which of course, check out that film we put up from Plitvice. It was absolutely gorgeous. There's also the Krka National Park, which is just up the coast from us by about 30 or 40 miles, which is also supposed to be very lovely. Then there's a 5 island tour as well. So you can see that's probably getting up over £100, full day out there. And there you go, so all that's arrangeable and organisable from here, together with bike hire, be it electric or standard bike hire. They can arrange hire cars, arrange hire scooters, you name it. Cash points you can in fact see there, and there's more than one on the site if you need to get out kuna for your stay here. As I say though, don't forget January 2023 going to Euros. So let's take you into the site and show you a bit of what is an absolutely fantastic site. They obviously do, as a lot of these European sites do, particularly down on the Med, do the chalets as well. If you didn't fancy driving all the way into Split Airport and then pick up one of the chalets. And depending on what you're paying, you're either based here at the back of the site or further down, as you'll see as we go over the brow of the hill there in the distance. And start getting towards the Adriatic Sea, then you'll see there's some spectacular views down there. And just as we come to the brow of that hill, got some tennis courts through the back there. Lovely where they site all the chalets, bit of shade. There's also table tennis as well. And then they've got these quite funky sort of tent type structures really, with a sort of wooden frame, canvas roofed. They're all different, and one of the many shower blocks just there, which hopefully we'll give you a quick glimpse of. And then up here, look at that, there's that sea, fantastic. So we're down off down in the trees there, but then I was just going to, before we drop down the hill, I'll show you they've got a little supermarket on site here as well. a number of children's playgrounds dotted around the site. Beautifully done though, lovely landscaped everywhere, sort of landscaped gardens and grounds. Pretty little church in the distance there. Right, let's pop in, show you the shop. There we go. Nicely set out, bit of a cool section, not masses, and obviously you're paying slightly more than some of the local shops, one of which is only about 600 metres away. It's a big chain of them called Tommy, as in T-O-M-M-Y, Tommy Supermarkets. There's one just near the gateway to the site here. But yeah, plenty in here if you run low on stuff. Plenty of bits and bobs to keep you going. So that's the little supermarket. Toilet blocks, they're all a sort of mirror image of each other. Separate chemical toilet area. Laundrettes are enormous. And there's two different ways you can pay cash to the reception and get a token for the dryer and or the washer, but they also do contactless, so straight off your phone if you've got Apple Pay or similar, which also activate the washers and dryers. But not the cheapest though, I have to say. So it works out, we've done one wash and dry since we've been here, but for each process, because we were on a rainy day, so we used the dryer as well, so it's around about £7 for a wash and exactly the same for a dry. So it helps to do. We chose a boring day to do the washing, but of course then needed a bit of a drying facility, so which wouldn't in the rain, so we ended up paying a bit more for the drying, but such is life. So yeah, not the cheapest, but also very convenient though. Just outdoor washing up space as well, really nice, looked after probably 3-4 times a day. There you go, that was the washrooms, and then opposite you got the shower areas, which were all clear before I came in. This is the gents shower block, really nice power showers, and a very good little facility. Again, just gone past some of the staff that look after them. As I say, 3 or 4 times a day they're cleaned, kept absolutely immaculate. So those are the shower blocks. Let's drop down a bit further on the site. And another thing they're pretty good at as well is they've got a lot of recycling all set out here. For your glass, for your veg waste, plastic cans, everything, you name it, everything has got a bin. So a bit like Italy, a bit like Garda and that, which was very well organised. It's very similar. So what we've now dropped onto is one of the first terraces, of which we're on one, but a bit further down. And the way they set them out, they run parallel to the sea. We're walking parallel to the sea here. They run parallel, and they're in zones if you were to look at this site or think about coming here. And the steps dropping down for pedestrian access to the different levels. But they run zones, so in fact there you go, there's Resi the Moho down there. And then, so if you're looking on their website, it talks about Zone A and Zone B, and then they also mention Seaside. Well, that's obviously if you want to be on this side of each of the paths, because then you would get, if there was a view, you would get the actual best view of the sea, and a fairly uninterrupted view because they're stepped quite well. So there you go. So that's a very good example there. There's Resi the Moho. So I'm on the pitch up above now, but you can see we're quite a bit higher than our van roof. But what a great spot. There's Stephen and Carol's Camper Van Getaways. Put their awning up, which was also supplied as part of their package with Camper Van Getaways. But what a lovely view that is, isn't it? Grateful today of the sun. It said there was going to be a bit of thunder today, but if the sky looks like that when it thunders here, I'm not too worried. And it's about 1:30 in the afternoon, so lovely. Be going for a dip after this. It really is, and we're the back end of September now, the 29th, 30th September, and we're sort of 23ish today, and the forecast the next week or so is going warmer with more sun and less wind, so don't get much better, does it? Let's take you down a bit further anyway, down some of the terracing, and you can see how extensive it is. It's sort of one way, and then you loop round and a U-bend at the very bottom in the distance there, you can't quite see it, and you come back along the next terrace down. That's how they do the traffic flow anyway. And then interspersed with all these stairways, all lit in the evenings, so really very nicely set out. There's another one of the identical image of the toilet blocks that we've just seen. Shower blocks, chemical WC, recycling. On each of the sites, every single one, they have access to so you get one of these units between two pitches. You've got drains for your waste if you've got grey water waste that you can pipe out and or pump out. If not, you can tip it straight down the drain there. These are freshwater, drinkable water taps which you can screw your hose attachments to or whatever. And then you've got your individual power ones. They've got either the that's the sort of European style that some of you will know, but then they've also got the standard style which we use as a UK traveller straight into this one, so we don't need we do carry an adapter for these but don't need it. And what is also very useful is it's all 16 amp, so similar to the UK, and plenty of power for all of your cooking, or I was going to say heating, but no, not heating needs, not in this fabulous weather. Look at this Fiat, what a lovely van that, with a colour matched curtain. Love that. Very nice too. Look at the colour of that, isn't that lovely? They've got some more chalets, sort of right down now, we're almost down on the seafront. Lovely spot. So each end of the site has got chalets like this at the bottom, and then in the sort of middle, then it's motorhomes all the way down to a sort of similar level. Obviously down here on the Adriatic or over this side, then most of it's sort of gravelly style, but they've actually managed that issue really well, because they've put in lot of sort of steps into the water at various places, and provided areas obviously for sitting out sunbathing. But you'll see a bit more of the steps that I talked about just a bit further along here as we get towards the sort of main entertainment areas. So just a little bit further along, we're starting to hit the sort of main entertainment bits, starting of course with the little ones playground. Then up the top there, got a pizza restaurant, pasta restaurant, another main restaurant with a really nice courtyard, which I'll show you in a sec. What a spot, eh? So all these glass bits all open out to make it a sort of completely open area up there. And then let me just show you the where they have live music here 2 or 3 times a week. But look at that, what a lovely outdoor dining area. Very busy in here the other night, had a band, Croatian band playing, which were really good to hear. See, outdoor, that's the pizza and pasta bars there. But just a lovely spot to be sat out, passing the time of day with a bit of local grub. And again, not too, not crazily priced, even though we're on a campsite. It's not crazily priced, £9-ish for a pizza, which is certainly less than most of the places we've been so far. Petrol's or diesel's about 150 odd a gallon, As I say, we're September 2022, so it's less than anywhere else we've been so far in Europe. So it's definitely not expensive to live, and indeed, as I say, if you do your shopping just outside or give the old Kadak a bit of a beating and cook your own food, then you really can live pretty competitively. You see a lot of those steps further down there, these areas that you can use for sunbathing. There's only about a 200 mil swing in the tide as well, so there's hardly any movement of tide in or out. And then they've got more of these little food outlets, they've got massage areas, they've got some beach goods shops. Those are your kayaks for hire. Some of the boat trips that we looked at in reception there, a bit more information about them. And of course, yes, you can also hire your own little speedboats. That's the massage tables there, if you fancied a Adriatic side massage. And then ice creams are only about $1.90 here. Really nice, yummy ice cream, as Nikki will tell you. A few little lounges with some little straw umbrellas they provide as well. There you can see that's the boat jetty. They do, it's like a little boat taxi that goes into Trogir, into the old town, which if you haven't seen that film on our channel, check that out. It's a lovely, really lovely ancient part of the area there. And then we're sort of coming towards the end of the site, which is just down there by those bigger trees. These are some more of those apartments, but there you can see you've got the terracing starting for the motorhomes as well, just at the back there. Planes just coming in to inbound to Split Airport, and we're looking across there to one of the islands. Swimming area as well, defined by all the bollards. Keep things safe. A little bit of an easterly today though, southeasterly wind. Bit of chop down there, but going to be getting a lot calmer over the next few days, I think, looking at the forecast. Look at that lot. Nikki heaven. Nikki heaven. And some lovely seating for you to enjoy your ice cream or your cocktail. Beachside showers. It is just absolutely stunning. Probably a word I've used way too much, but you can see why I do, because it's such a lovely setup. Another cash point. And then the long drive up the steps to where Resi the Moho is. Just see on that sign above there where it's got Amadria, Amadria, that's the parent company. So if you get Amadria, if you're searching for this site, then it is one of the same: Camping Belvedere, Amadria, Trogir. That's what you're looking for. But I nearly forgot to show you this. Look at that. Now that's a swimming pool with a view, isn't it? Absolutely lush. So if you're not fancying the tiny chop of the Adriatic today, you can retreat all of about 40 metres into this pool complex. Isn't that cracking? Don't know whether I'll fit on that sailing ship over there. That's the back of the restaurant with that lovely outdoor eating area just behind the pool bar there. And then there's the first line of motorhomes, the lower bathroom areas, and then stepping up, we're about the third one up. Oh yes, and I'll just show you that. Look at this one, isn't that gorgeous? Centurion, Concord Centurion, and yes, he's got a little smart car in the back, lift up hatch there. What a cracker, eh? In fact, there's a good example of the, he's got his waste coming straight into one of those things that we looked at earlier on the site up there. Grey waste outlet, dead easy. When we got here it's only about 5 days ago, this was just about full, every pitch, but literally in the last 4 or 5 days, probably because we got here, it's really started to empty out quick. So if you're fancying a bit of late autumn sun, then end of September, great time to choose. And there we go, back to Resi the Moho. Just lifted the front near side wheel there to get us level. Looked a bit tight when we first pulled up with the trees, but there's actually plenty of room on the sites, and because they've still got all this area as well, so if you had a second car or something then there'd be plenty of room. But I think the others have wandered up to the main road because Nicky's just rung me, tell me the tour of Croatia was coming through on their bikes, so I'm going to go up, wander up and see if we can see any of the cyclists. But you get a really good idea there of the way that the way the pitch is stepped down, that you know, give everybody a really good view. As I say, if you go for the right hand side, the seaside ones, then you get that sort of uninterrupted step then. But I think you'll agree, a very nice spot, isn't it? And it was about 270 quid for 12 days, so we're only just over about £22 a night it was here for all those facilities. So I think that's really stunning value, and it's definitely on our to do again list without a doubt. So top of the road by the entrance to the camp, first outriders coming through, team cars. Here they come. Lead group are flying. Wow, they are flying. Couple of stragglers. Bit of drama for you. I think I prefer my electric bike. Might be a bit easier on that next hill over the rise there. Well, so I hope you enjoyed that little tour round the site. Got to be up for one of our favourites, hasn't it, eh?
Yeah.
Wasn't it absolutely lush?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just...
So well set out, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone seems to get a view of the sea, no matter where you are.
Yeah,
And it's just lovely.
it is, yeah. Lovely stepping down, and on coming very soon, or on the channel already, depending on when you're watching, there's a couple of films as well of one or two of our trips out here, which was really nice. That one into Trogir was lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then Split itself, just little bit further down. So do check those out if you're thinking about this part of the world. For
don't forget the boat trips as well. They do do different types of boat trips. You can do the 5 island or a 3 island. You can go out to the Blue Lagoon. You can swim. You can have a picnic. You can see some of the fishing towns. They're all worth having a look at as well.
Absolutely, out there, out to some of those lovely islands where you can see all those boats pottering by. So yeah, check out the channel for those. If you can't find them yet, then I haven't quite uploaded them. We're September 2022 now, so hopefully by the end of about November, I think most of the films should be up from this amazing trip. But thanks ever so much for watching, as always, and thanks to you that have subscribed as well. It's really good to have you along, and we look forward to seeing you on the next film. Take care.
Bye
Bye
now.
now. Bye guys.